Hi, hello, welcome. It is Pip Todman here from queenpipcards.com. Thank you for tuning into my tutorial today. Today we are talking fancy folds, and this is the last one in my series of fun, fancy and wow cards. You can see all of them over in here on my YouTube channel on my blog. And this one is called a TRIFOLD Shutter Card because it opens like shutters of a window. Isn't it amazing? That's just brilliant. And so when it stands on your mantelpiece, it looks like this. You can see from here all the different foldings that we're doing. And it's certainly a wow, isn't it? Somebody gets that in the post and they open it up and they go, oh, wow, oh, look at this. And then it just opens like that. And it is a really spectacular card. Quite difficult to show on a video, but I think I'm getting it. Hopefully you can see this okay. So this one uses the Best Dressed Designer Series paper and the gorgeous butterfly duet punch, and I've embossed the butterflies here using the Ornate Floral Embossing folder. So that's that one, but I thought I'd like to do a different one for you using the Birthday Bonanza papers, which are part of my giveaway that I'm doing this month on my Facebook page, which is Queen Pip Cards over on Facebook. So I am giving away this month a full set of the Birthday Bonanza dies, the Birthday Bonanza stamps, and a pack of the Birthday Bonanza papers, of which this is just one of the papers. So head on over to my Facebook page. You should see the place where you need to comment, but basically just, you know, comment and share the love. Subscribe to me here on YouTube, but if you can go over to Facebook and leave a comment, then you'll be in for the draw. So I've cut all the pieces already because that's a bit time consuming and boring, just boring really for you to watch. It doesn't really take very long, but it is quite boring for you to just sit here and watch me do that, so we're not going to do that. So I have cut everything already, but I will go through all of the measurements and they're all over on my blog. But the first thing you need is to cut down a piece of A4 cardstock, and this is the entire A4 width or length, whichever way you want to look at it. Length really, but you cut the width down from 21 to 15 centimeters. Okay, then you're going to need your scoreboard. Okay, and the reason why you need to do this and use your scoreboard is because, you know, A4 paper's not 100% the correct amount for a nice even fold. It sits here just beneath 30. It's not quite 30 centimeters. If it was 30 centimeters, our life would be so much easier, but it isn't. So we have to shift our cardstock along just so that it sits on that line of where the score is. Okay, so you're moving it to just about where that line is. So it's basically 14.9 because we're going to score this so it'll fit into our envelope. Okay, if you're off a bit, don't panic. It doesn't make a massive difference. It's just to make it not have one end longer than the other. So shift it up to this sort of 30-ish line, and then we're scoring at 5, 10, 20 and 25, and that's it. Okay, now sometimes with a card like this it's useful to fold both sides, but you don't have to, so I'm just going to do it once for this card. You don't need to turn it over and do it again. Alrighty, so now we've done that, that's all the scoring you need. I know it seems ridiculous, doesn't it, for such a complicated looking card. Next you need to have your trusty trimmer. Alright, and in our trusty trimmer we are going to put it at the 5 centimeter mark. Okay, so it's 5 centimeters. We're going to bring our blade to the center of our card. We're going to drop our blade down, puncture our cardstock. Okay, and then we're going to trim it up to that line and down to this line. Okay, so you're basically cutting between the two score lines at the top and at the bottom. If you're a little bit off, don't panic. Then you're going to turn it round and do exactly the same. So drop it down, cut up, cut down. Okay, and if you're not quite sure, it's probably better to be not quite sure than to go well over the line, okay, because you can always just cut that out with a pair of snips. And that's it. That's all your cutting for the base that you have to do. You have to do a bit more cutting for all your mats and layers, but that's it for the base. So see here, I've not quite got it to that line, so I'm just going to take my snips. Where are they? There they are. Pop them through. Okay, just one of them. And you can sort of just ease it into just chopping up to that line. But I mean, it's literally tiny. If you want to use a blade, you can do that as well. Okay, so next we're going to start to fold. And we need to fold this centerpiece down. Okay, so that one goes down. Then these two pieces here come up. Okay, this piece goes down. Then over here we do the reverse. So these pieces go down. This piece comes up. And this one goes down. So you'll see that actually we haven't folded these two pieces here. But when we start moving it, you can see that it will fold flat that way. Okay, so, and that's it. That's as tricky as it gets. You just have to get that first bit right. So in here, up here, in here, up here, in there. And at this point you would burnish them. Okay, so you see it's just a smidgy over, but it's not much, so it's okay. It'll still fit in an envelope. So come through here, do these, do this one, do this one. Just try and fold them all. There we go. Score them all. Excellent. So now you've got your card in place. That's the most difficult bit done. The rest is just decoration. So we have all of these mats and layers to put on. So the bottom layers, the cardstock I'm using is Daffodil Delight, and I'm putting Bermuda Bay and then the designer series paper on. But really you could use any of the colours that match with this set of papers. So Bermuda Bay is just lovely though, it's just so bright. Really like it. The only thing you need to be careful about this is to make sure that your balloons are going in the right direction. And you don't have to have any kind of you don't have to have anything that sort of hangs off the side of the card, but it is sort of nice if you can just do things that just go over the edge of these connections, because it makes it more obvious that you are that you've got a moving card, or a card that has, you know, some kind of funkiness about it. Just adds to the whole general wow feeling. So I thought, because we've got balloons, we would add more balloons. So I've got our balloon builder punch, and we're going to be playing with some of those. So we'll just pop this down here. And then the other pieces that you need to cut. So this one is, the card itself was 15 centimeters wide, if you remember back to that. So we had to cut these to be 14.5 centimeters for the Bermuda Bay and 14 centimeters for the DSP. And that's on a width of 5 centimeters, because remember we did 5, 10, 20, 25. So all of these pieces are 5 centimeters. All of the Bermuda Bay pieces are 5 centimeters wide. And in the case of these bits, they're 5 centimeters tall as well. And then the little DSP is 4.5 centimeters. So that's pretty easy. And I think this would be a great card. You could do one for a baby. You know, you could have little booties, or congratulations, a little stalk or something like that. Have we got a stalk? I don't know if we've got a stalk. Do you know what? I haven't actually looked at the new catalogue enough to know what we've got in the new baby set collection. Let's have a look at that. We had stars last year, a moon, didn't we? Twinkles and stuff. There we go. So keep going with this. But I mean, it's great for a birthday. Fantastic. You could do it for a wedding card, anniversary card, 18th birthday. You could do with numbers and stuff. You know, just there's some great letters coming up in the new catalogue. They would look amazing. But in the meantime, we've got the handwritten prose, which also looks fabulous. So, you know, we've got just beautiful dies at the moment for lettering. I love the handwritten prose. So, there we go. If you can hear clattering about, it's my next door neighbours. They're out watering their garden. Okay, and then these strips here are 9.5 by 4.5, and then these are 9 by 4. Okay, and again, you just need to make sure that your balloon's going up in the right direction. And then you're not trying to have your balloons going sideways, although that could be a look, you know, just depends on what you want to do. And if you're a bit concerned about doing a pattern like this that has to be the right way up, just use another piece of paper that doesn't have a pattern on it. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to finish these off and stick them all on so that you can see where they go. And then I will be back in a flash. But hopefully you can actually, let me just, before I disappear off one and do that, let me just make sure that you understand. But that's going to go across there like that. This one here, this one here. And then the little squares literally go in these parts here. Okay. And then we can get to do some more decoration like so. All right, so I'll pop those together and I'll be back in a sec. Hi, okay, welcome back. So I have now stuck all my pieces on, so they're all attached. And now we're going to do some balloons. So I have my balloon builder punch here, and I love the fact that it cuts 2 balloons at once. So it just makes it so easy for decoration, because 2 punches and you've got 4 balloons, and then you can just pop on some additional colours. And if I go sideways on this one, oops, there we go. I may be able to get 2 out of both sides. There we go, look at that. Nice. So those are my balloons, and I might not use all of them, but it just gives me enough to sort of play with. And we then just decide how we want them to be attached onto our card and where we want them to go. So we might put them here. It's nice to put some over that join line. So see where the scoring's there, but we didn't actually score, like fold that. So we could put a couple on here, like so. Put 2 big ones maybe like that. And then maybe a couple of little ones over on this side. And I know the balloons are round and these balloons are not round, but it doesn't actually make that much difference. Now you will be tempted to put something here on this to sort of show off. But if you do, just make sure it goes upwards and not outwards, because you want to make sure it's not going to stick over that. So, because otherwise it won't fit in the card. So if we're going to attach a balloon, we're going to attach it just vertically, which actually works really well with a balloon, so that's good. So we'll be attaching those, and then I have here some black twine. We don't have twine like this anymore, but I am a hoarder of twine, so I'm sure you've got something similar in your stash. Then I've got a tiny offcut strip, about 1.5 centimetres strip here, and I've got just a slightly larger Bermuda Bay, and we're going to use that to stamp the congratulations. And I'm going with Memento because it's black and it matches the strings, so I thought that way we're not highlighting one colour over another. We can have a Bermuda Bay background and just have a nice memento sentiment, and it kind of works for all occasions then. Is that straight? Hard to tell with this writing, but I think it's okay. I'll do another one just to be sure. It's because I'm sitting down. I'm not looking up. I can't see where I'm going, so we'll just do that. Which one of those is better? Probably this one, although it's falling off the edge a bit. We'll see. We're going to chop them down and have a look. Okay, so then bring your trimmer back in. Just chop, just so that you know how long it is really. Make sure it's sort of even on both sides. So that one's 7. What's this one? Also 7, so that's nice and easy. So then this we will make 7.5. And that gives us a nice board around it. There we go. We'll see which one fits nicest, fits best. That looks fine. Yeah, it's kind of bouncy. This one, on the other hand, is not quite central, so no, we'll do with this one. That's cool. So there's our mats and layers. That's really easy for that. So again, this is going to be on the inside of the card, so you want to make sure that you're not adding too many additional layers. Nope, that's not right. There we go. Pick one that's working. There we go. So I have so many glue pots on the go. I tend to pick up the wrong one. Right. Got that down there. Pop that across there. My son is starting to encroach on my table, but that's all right. Hopefully it's not too bright for you guys. Okay, so then we'll stick this down straight. Again, no dimensionals because it's enough as it is. There we go. Position that sort of centrally within your internal banner, like so. And then if we did want to put a balloon, I think I'd probably put a yellow balloon coming up straight from here, attached to the back of that. Now you will need to put just some glue just here at the base, and then make sure that doesn't sort of splurge out too badly, so that it's there. Okay, that looks good. And then hopefully as you open, as you close, and as you open, that balloon is now there, so you can see that. That's lovely. Okay, and then we'll add some balloons, as I said, over here. And these ones, because these ones are now on the front, these ones we can add with dimensionals. So we'll pop some string at the back. There we go. Just get myself a bit of twine to do some danglies with. Okay, and a bit of tear tape, because I'm waiting for the new Fuse and Fuse Plus to arrive. It's not arrived yet, and I've run out of my snail. So there we go, such is life. So a bit of tear tape just down the centre of your balloon, and then you can dangle your ribbon or twine from there, and you still have enough room then to put your dimensionals on. So we'll put one on this side, one on this side, and one in the centre, like so. And then we will pop that just sort of there-ish. Okay, we're going to tie these ribbons together so it makes sense. This one's going to go on top, so it's going to look like there's two ribbons coming down from the one balloon. If that makes sense. Or should we do it a bit further out? Actually, maybe we should just do it a bit further out. I think I prefer it over there. Okay, so we need another string. We're going to tie them together. So we'll do another string, a little bit of tape. If I can find the end. Where are we? Here we go. Okay. They definitely have a front and a back. That's the back of these balloons. There we go. Pop your twine on. Then dimensional that again. 1, 2, 3. Keeps that nice and safe. And I think right over here, like so. And then what we can do is we can pull these together. Actually, this one should probably be just a single, but never mind, we'll cope. I know what we'll do. We'll just pop a little tiny yellow one on there as well. So it looks like it's coming down from there. That works. So this one will glue. I knew there was a reason why I did two twines there. I had it in my head it needed to be 2. And now I know why. So this can come down here. Perfect. So that looks like our 3. And then what we'll do is we'll tie those together with a bit of twine. So piece of twine coming down here. Tie those and pop a little bow. So that way it matches the papers. And if you're finding this a struggle, you can always stick it down with a glue dot before you try and tie your bow. That helps. If on the other hand you're okay, you can tie it afterwards. Okay, but we will need a glue dot because we need to adhere it to there. So take a glue dot. Let's see where it's going to land. Just on top of that yellow balloon. So oops, glue dot down there. Come on, off you come. Oops, there we go. And then there's our 2 bows. There's one, there's the other. Okay, so we're going to pop that down there, like so. Tie your bow. See how much easier it is when it's actually attached. Pull that tight, tight. There we go. And just sort of fiddle with it until it's sort of the right size to match with the balloons. There we go. That's nice. Then we can take those ends off, nice and short. Make these match at the bottom. There we go. So there's our balloons, and then I thought I would finish with a little copper, because we haven't really got any bling on here. So I thought we would do a copper star. These are our copper star designer elements, and they're just yummy. And they're self-adhesive, so we can put some stars onto our balloons. There we go. 1, 2, and then another one over here, I think. 3, like so. Because 3 is always a good number. And it just breaks up the expanse of balloons then. And so now we have our trifold card. And you could obviously add more balloons over here if you wanted to, but I actually think it looks quite good just like that. So I think I'm going to leave it and let the papers do the talking, as they say. Yeah, I think let's leave the paper to do the talking on this one. This is just a nice birthday card, or any kind of congratulations card for that matter, to be honest. Balloons are not just for birthdays. And then this is our first one with all the butterflies and the flowers on it. So, you know, really florally or quite modern and, you know, retro-ish almost. I don't know. Yeah, very sort of tone on tone. So I like both of them. Different occasions, different people would call for different cards, and you know your recipients, so you know which one would be better for which. And then they stand on the mantelpiece like so. Now, obviously, you're not getting a great view of this, so please do hop over onto my blog page and blog post, and then you'll see all the pictures of them standing, and they look much better. And then you can have a look there, comment away, let me know what you think, comment here, subscribe, do all those things. And if you want to purchase anything that is available, you can do so in the links below. So there you go, that is the last of our fancy fold cards, TRIFOLD Shutter Card. I think it's fairly spectacular, really. Thanks ever so much for watching. Take care. Please subscribe. I'm doing another series of videos next month, so come back then and see what we're up to. Alrighty, take care for now. Thanks ever so much. Cheers. Bye.